Government of Goa, and the National Skill Development Corporation, or NSDC as we call it in short. We are deeply honored to have amongst us the presence of our chief guest for today's event, the Honorable Minister Dr. Mahendra Nath Pandey, Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर आपका। आप अपना बहुमूल्य समय निकालकर यहाँ आज हमारे समक्ष बैठे हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। And we have with us our guest of honor, Shri Vishwajit P. Rane ji, Honorable Minister of Health, Industries and Trade, Women and Child Development and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of Goa. Welcome, sir. We have also amidst us Mr. Praveen Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Sri C.R. Garg, Secretary, Department of Art and Culture, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Archaeology, Archives, Cooperation, Law and Judiciary and Legislative Affairs, Government of Goa. A warm welcome, sir. Thanks for being with us. We also have with us Dr. Manish Kumar, MD and CEO, National Skill Development Corporation. Hardik Abhinandan hai sir aapka. Shri Deepak Bisra is also with us. He is Directorate of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of Goa. Welcome, sir. Dr. Naresh Trehan, Chairperson, Medanta, the Medicity and Healthcare Sector Skill Council is also with us. Welcome, sir. And last but not the least, Ms. Jyoti Mayal is with us. She's the Chairperson, Tourism and Hospitality Skill Council and President, Travel Agents Association of India. A warm welcome to you, ma'am. And I'm your hostess for this program, Lalema Anita Dak. 5 साल पहले 15 जुलाई 2015 को हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने भारत को एक स्किल डेवलपमेंट का कैपिटल बनाने का सपना देखा था। हम सब जानते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ युवा बहुसंख्यक हैं, तो इस डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड को एक नए भारत के स्वरूप में ढालना ही होगा, और एज वी से द ग्रेट इंडियन ग्रोथ स्टोरी। आज ये कार्यक्रम हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के उसी सपने को साकार करने की ओर एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। Actually an amalgamation of the twin vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and being the skill capital of the world. And now let me quote Swami Vivekananda, what he said once on the mission of India, and I quote, "I stand in awe before the unbroken procession of scores of shining centuries, with here and there a dim link in the chain, only to flare up with added brilliance in the next. And there she is, walking with her own majestic steps, my motherland, to fulfill her glorious destiny, which no power on earth or in heaven can check." Unquote. ऐसा कहा था स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने। और चलिए अब इसी के साथ हम आज के प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत करते हैं। और जब हम भारत में कोई भी कार्यक्रम करते हैं तो प्रभु के आशीर्वाद के बगैर तो होता ही नहीं है, because we are a spiritual country. So let's get going with the lighting of the lamp. Dr. Manish Kumar, who is the MD and CEO, National Skill Development Corporation, to start today's event with his formal welcome address.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure and privilege for me to be welcoming Dr. Mahendra Nath Pandey ji, Honorable Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Sri Vishwajit P. Rane, Honorable Minister of Health, Industries and Trade, Women and Child Development and Skill Development, Government of Goa. Sri Praveen Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Sri R.C. Garg, Secretary, Department of Art and Culture, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Archaeology, Archives, Cooperative, Laws and Judiciary and Legislative Affairs, Government of Goa. Dr. Naresh Trehan, Chairperson Medanta and Chairperson of Healthcare Sector Skill Council. Mrs. Jyoti Mayal, Chairperson, Tourism and Hospitality Sector Skill Council, other senior officials from Government of Goa, from Government of India, NSDC officials, SSE, staff, distinguished guests, industry partners, stakeholders, friends from media and the audience. I have this great pleasure to be welcoming all of you to this event today. A few little bit of background on what exactly we plan to do through this MOU. We have been looking at Goa in terms of skills, and what we realize is in a population of about 17 lakh, 17 lakh की population है, 40% is the labor force participation in Goa. ये लगभग उतने ही है जितने की रेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया पे है. एवरेज इंडिया के भी 40-42% लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन है. But there are few things which distinguishes Goa from rest of India. Firstly, the total number of employed is about 6.27 out of a labor force of 6.87. So in reality, in the state of Goa, the unemployed is only about 60,000, of which 80% actually belong to the age group of 15 to 30 years. So it's a very young population that is unemployed. The unemployed are a relatively smaller population. लेकिन इनकी चैलेंज ये है that if you look at Goa, then I think the reason why people are not coming into jobs are two. And I think labor force participation low होने का कारण भी ये है कि aspirational jobs की demand बहुत high है. And I think skills जो aspirational job दिला सकें उस पर हमें फोकस करना पड़ेगा. So therefore through this MOU, essentially हम जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो ये है कि क्या हम एक ऐसे सेंटर बनाएं जो इंटरनेशनल स्किल हब की तरह हो, जिसकी काबिलियत इतनी है कि वो अगर जरूरत पड़े तो वहाँ की जो ट्रेनिंग है वो आपको अब्रॉड भी जॉब दिला सके, लेकिन इंडिया पे भी बेस्ट ऑफ बेस्ट जॉब दिला सकेंगे. तो उस तरह की जो है ऑब्जेक्टिव NSDC की तरफ से हम लोग की अपनी एनालिटिक्स की तरफ से हमें लगा. सेकेंड जो हम लोगों ने देखा है वो ये है कि फीमेल लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन भी गोवा में कम है. इंडिया में जो एवरेज है वो अबाउट 23 है. गोवा की एवरेज इंडिया से बेहतर है, 30% है. लेकिन इंडिया पे ऐसे भी प्रांत है जो इससे कहीं ज्यादा है. जैसा अगर हम हिमाचल प्रदेश देखें तो 52% है. छत्तीसगढ़ भी 48% इसके लगभग है. यानी बहुत सारे स्टेट्स है जो गोवा से आगे हैं. तो अगर हम एस्पिरेशनल जॉब दिला सकें तो विमेन लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन, फीमेल लेबर फोर्स पार्टिसिपेशन वो बढ़ेगी और उस पर हमें फोकस देने की भी जरूरत है. सो ये भी एक हम लोग की ऑब्जेक्टिव लॉन्ग टर्म में रहेगी. सेक्टर्स अगर हम देखें तो दो सेक्टर इमीडिएटली नजर आती है और फॉर्चुनेटली दोनों के चेयरपर्सन आज हमारे यहाँ मौजूद हैं इस MOU को सपोर्ट करने के लिए. टूरिज्म एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी वो बिल्कुल फेमस है. गोवा को सभी टूरिज्म और हॉस्पिटैलिटी के साथ एसोसिएट करते हैं. अगर हम स्वदेश से जो लौटे हैं उसको भी देखें तो ज्यादा लोग नहीं, 110 लोग लौटे हैं जो बाहर देशों में काम करते थे, लेकिन उसके 50% लोग टूरिज्म एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेक्टर के हैं और फिलहाल वो वापस गोवा लौट के आ गए हैं. और दूसरी सेक्टर जो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, जिसके लिए मिस्टर रानी बहुत इच्छुक हैं कि हम कुछ विशेष करें, और वो जी के साथ इसलिए हम लोग की एग्रीमेंट भी है, जो इस पर्टिकुलर एग्रीमेंट के अंडरलाइंग एग्रीमेंट एक है, उसकी कोशिश यही है कि क्या हम अच्छे हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम और हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स को वहाँ पे तैयारी कर सकते हैं. तो यही एक ब्रॉड बैकग्राउंड था जो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करना चाह रहा था इन टर्म्स ऑफ हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है कि गोवा को क्या जरूरत होगी. ये MOU के साथ में डिस्कशन हमारी बढ़ेगी. डायरेक्टर साहब मिस्टर दीपक देसाई भी प्रेजेंट है आज. हम लोग की डिस्कशन जब और डीपली होगी तो और भी जो जरूरतें होंगी गोवा गवर्नमेंट की उसको हम मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के माध्यम से उसको पूरा करेंगे. Finally, we look upon the leadership of Honorable Minister, Union Minister Dr. Mahendra Nath Pandey जी. आपका ओवरऑल लीडरशिप पे हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, तो आपकी लीडरशिप फ्यूचर पे भी हम लोग की तरफ रहे और हमें एक डायरेक्शन आप दे सकें, उसकी हम लोग की इच्छा रहेगी. एंड ऑफ कोर्स also the guidance of Sri Praveen Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So I really look forward to this event today, and thank you everybody for being present. Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर. कोई भी टूरिस्ट भारत में, चाहे डोमेस्टिक हो या इंटरनेशनल हो, भारत में घूमे और गोवा उसके आइटिनरी में ना हो, ये हो ही नहीं सकता। तो जैसे आपने कहा, जो 60,000 लोग हैं जो अनएम्प्लॉयड हैं, अगर उन्हें हम स्किल दे दें और उन्हें हम लाइवलीहुड का एक माध्यम दे दें, तो सोने पे सुहागा होगा। Thank you very much, sir, for those nice words. And we move on. And now I request Shri C.R. Garg, Secretary, Government of Goa, for the inaugural address.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Mahendranath Pandey ji, Honorable Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Shri Vishwajit P. Rane ji, Honorable Minister for Health, Skill Development, Industry and Women and Child Development. Shri Parveen Kumar ji, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Dr. Manish Kumar ji, MD and CEO, Skill Development Corporation, National Skill Development Corporation. Dr. Naresh Trehan ji, Chairperson, Medanta, the Medicity, and Chairperson, Healthcare Sector Skill Council. Ms. Jyoti Mayal ji, Chairperson, Tourism and Hospitality Skill Council. Deepak Desai, Director, Skill Development, Goa, and all those who have joined us online to make this event successful. Very good afternoon to all of you, sir, and I welcome you all. It is my proud privilege to be part of the MOU signing ceremony between NSDC and Skill Development Department, Government of Goa, on the auspicious occasion of Sri Krishna Janmashtami today. I convey my greetings of Shri Krishna Janmashtami to all of you. This is a very important step towards realizing Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and of transforming India into global skill capital. The Directorate of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship has been conducting long and short-term vocational training in the state of Goa, sir. We are currently running 13 ITIs and we train close to 4,000 students under Craftsman Training Scheme of the department. We are the state implementing agency for the Honorable Prime Minister's flagship scheme, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Under the guidance of our Honorable Minister, Shri Vishwajit Rane ji, the Directorate has taken several innovative measures to bolster the state skilling ecosystem. We are currently running various trades under dual system of training, where candidates will be able to get hands-on experience during their training in related industries while they are studying in the ITIs. We have completely migrated our offline system of admission to online to make it hassle-free and transparent, as well as a safety measure against COVID-19 pandemic. Sir, we are planning a state-of-the-art institute in Goa. It is in this spirit that the Honorable Skill Development Minister conceptualized the idea of International Skill Hub at Goa. The institute is proposed to be set up with world-class infrastructure, offering highly specialized trades in sectors like healthcare, hospitality, engineering, and IT. The institute, equipped with residential facilities, proposed to enroll both national and international students. The institute will implement government schemes wherever applicable, such as Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana also. In light of the recent pandemic, the focus is shifted to healthcare and consequently takes into account the shortage of healthcare professionals. Hence, we have decided to commence this initiative by offering high-end healthcare courses at Old Asilo Hospital in Goa. It is a centuries-old, recently restored building, which will be ideal location for running healthcare courses. Both NSDC and Skill Development Directorate have collaborated in the past for implementation of schemes like PMKVY and National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. This professional relationship will be further reinforced by signing of this MOU. Through this MOU, both the organizations will work together to analyze the demand and finalize various job roles that will be offered in this institute. They will also be jointly responsible for identifying training partners to operationalize and facilitate the skilling programs. The skill development project will be implemented as per National Skill Qualification Framework and assessment and certifications granted by respective sector skill councils. Our Honorable Minister Shri Rane ji has also been engaging with the international partners to come on board as a knowledge partner for this initiative. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Mahendra Nath Pandey ji, Secretary Government of India, Shri Praveen Kumar ji, and entire team of NSDC for their unwavering support. With this MOU signing, we embark the beginning of an extensive and fruitful collaboration that will lead to creation of International Skills Center at Goa. Thank you so much for all of you to be present in this program today. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Mr. C.R. Garg. And indeed, I extend the celebration time, or I would say, Happy Krishna, Shri Krishna Janmashtami today. And as Lord Krishna emphasized on good deeds, good karma, and divided almost all karma, every action into sattvic and rajasic and tamasic, I think we are on a sattvic mode, each one of us here doing their bit to make this dream come true of giving livelihood and skills to the youth of Goa. And I'm sure you'll get blessings from them. Thank you very much, sir. We now move on, and now I request Shri Praveen Kumar, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, to express his thoughts on this beautiful occasion.
Respected Honorable Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Mahendra Pandey, Government of India. Respected Honorable Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of Goa, Shri Vishwajit Rane. Mr. C.R. Garg, Secretary in charge of Skill Development in Government of Goa. Dr. Naresh Trehan, we all know him, Chairperson of the Healthcare Sector Skill Council. Ms. Jyoti Mahal, Chairperson of the Tourism and Hospitality Skill Council. Manish Kumar, CEO NSDC. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a very auspicious occasion, as Garg said, that this MOU is being signed on a very auspicious day, because it will lead to creation. I mean, the auspicious day is there, so this also will lead to creation of skilled personnel for both for international consumption and for domestic consumption. And it also builds into what our Honorable Prime Minister told on the World Youth Skill Day. It's a time for the youth to skill themselves, reskill themselves and upskill themselves. तो ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर का जो विजन है उससे पूरा मैच करता हुआ जो ये हम इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं, MOU साइन करके, जो जल्दी जमीन पर आ जाएगा और लोगों गोवा के यूथ को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी अपने को स्किल करने के लिए, रिस्किल करने के लिए और अपस्किल करने के लिए। कोविड के कारण काफी डिसरप्शन हुआ है इंटरनेशनली एंड नेशनली, और हम इसमें इस कोविड के चैलेंज को एक अपॉर्चुनिटी की तरह भी देख रहे हैं कि इस डिसरप्शन से हम किस तरह से उसका we can exploit that disruption, and we have already started mapping of health sectors of 12 countries with the health sector roles of India. So the 7 roles of India are being mapped to 32 health sector roles in 12 countries, and uske baad we are going to go for a regulatory agreement arrangement with those countries. तो ये बहुत बड़ा राइट टाइम पर आ रहा है जहां पर गोवा के यूथ कैन बी ट्रेन्ड फॉर हेल्थ सेक्टर रोल्स, and they can go and serve the people on 12 countries in such roles like general duty assistant, geriatric assistant, phlebotomy assistants and other things. I'm happy to see that it is both a fee-based model has been suggested, because the fee-based model is always sustainable and it ensures good quality, because the payer of fee will ensure that he gets the good quality. And we can dovetail it with PMKVY by helping the marginalized people who may not be able to afford the fee. That can be some kind of a structure can be brought out. As the weaker marginalized section people, उनको हम PMKVY का component से fund कर दें और बाकी जो है वो fee based model से अपनी training करें. तो ये sustainable long term रह जाएगा. It won't depend on government of India funding और state funding या target giving. उस पर dependent नहीं रह जाएगा. It will be sustainable on its own. And local needs के लिए भी काफी important है. गोवा में I mean, two sectors are already here: health and tourism and hospitality. We all know Goa is famous for tourism, but there are a lot of other things: logistics, mining, power, और सब चीजें भी गोवा में हैं जो बाहर इंडिया में लोगों को मालूम नहीं है. तो उनको वहाँ के skills में भी it will be very useful. And my request to both to Director Skill Development Goa and to CEO NSDC is जो MOU साइन कर रहे हैं उसको जमीन पर जल्द से जल्द उतारें. ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइडर जल्दी सिलेक्ट करें. जगह तो दे ही रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफ गोवा, एंड सो दैट इसका फायदा हमारे लोगों को जल्दी मिल सके. और इसके साथ ही विद माय बेस्ट विशेस टू पीपल ऑफ गोवा एंड दिस प्रोजेक्ट. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen Kumar. This was indeed very motivating, and the way you are anxious that the whole process of skill development takes off and the people, or rather the youth of Goa, are empowered with those skills to earn livelihood and be happy. Because I think the new India will not bind our youth with just degrees, but will move beyond degrees and go by the aptitude of our youth, which will keep them happy. We hope that this dream of yours comes true, like most of us. And now let's move forward to the crux of the program, and that is the e-signing of MOU. So let's have the e-signing of MOU. So, congratulations to everyone. We've made the start today on this momentous occasion of Sri Krishna Janmashtami. I now request Dr. Naresh Trehan, who's with us. He is the chairperson, Medanta, the Medicity and Healthcare Sector Skill Council. So I request Dr. Trehan to express his thoughts on the occasion.
Good evening to all of you, and my respect to the Honorable Minister Pandeyji and Honorable Minister Ranaji. So this is one of those momentous times where, in spite of COVID, we have been able to come together today with all my colleagues on the call, where we can do something significant for moving the skill sector forward. Now, for full disclosure, I would like to say that I actually have a home in Goa, in Kandolim, not very far from the skill center that has been planned. And it was done with the view that when I retire, and that is an elusive time right now, but when I retire, I would retire in Goa and devote the rest of my life to upgrading the healthcare system in Goa. So it is so aligned with my stars, this whole event, that I feel actually the great joy for it. So we know that there are several things that we can do for our people, because there is one belief I have, that the Indian mind is better than any mind in the world. We have brains which have been proven over and over again. If you go anywhere in the world, the best doctors are Indians. I spent 20 years in New York, and I know the level of achievement of our skilled people. So that means that if the disadvantage that many people may have in their ability to afford going to a good school or getting a training, with this scheme, and we must thank the Prime Minister for thinking across the board of how the skills are to be developed and how it has been supported financially and led by eminent people to get to this stage. So, well chosen, the health sector and the tourism sector. Both huge potential for Goa and India. So we really do not have the full standardization in the healthcare sector, whether it may be Ayurveda, whether it is modern medicine, whether it is dental, whether it is some allied sciences, that we can really upgrade, because there is already interest. There are enough tourists who come to Goa already who are seeking a good quality care at an affordable cost. So I think that this kind of mission that has been launched today, and my congratulations to the ministers for having accomplished it, that we can actually upgrade the skills as we go forward. We should aim high, we shouldn't aim low. I mean, like mentioned earlier, yes, there is a huge need around the world of caregivers, of assistants, of technicians. But then these very people want to know what their life pathway will be. Because unless they have a pathway, which they lose interest in doing menial jobs. So I think that along with the fact that we train them where their training started, like we are already present from the Health Sector Skill Council in Goa. We already have from 9th to 12th school, many schools have our program for sensitizing them for health practices. So all this stuff can actually create huge employment, because if you look at it, a hotel employs 2 people for every key. A hospital employs 5 to 6 people for every bed. So you can imagine the multiplier effect of bringing good quality healthcare to a place like Goa, which is, I believe, has not only its own population to take care of, because the government is one of the first governments to actually give universal insurance for healthcare, no matter where. If it wasn't available in Goa, you could go seek it somewhere else. But now that is the opportunity that we can provide everything for the Goan citizens, and more than that also for visitors from overseas, where we can actually capitalize on all our multiple skills, whether they lie in modern medicine, whether they lie in synergy with Ayurveda and other allied sciences. So with that, my compliments, and I am very proud and happy that this is happening. And like I said, for some selfish reasons also, I will have something to do when I retire in Goa. Thank you very much.
A home in Goa, and Dr. Trehan, you would be the subject of envy. Well, that was on a lighter note. But on a more serious note, yes, there is some X factor to the fact that Indians do exceptionally well when given the right ecosystem. 40% of scientists in NASA are Indians. And as you said, the doctors are excelling. Indian doctors are excelling all over the world. I think probably the fact that we are all descendants of the rishis, who are actually our ancient scientists who gave us Ayurveda, yoga, and so much without a lab, without anything, all from the Akashic records. Probably that has something to do with our sharp brains. And needless to add that we Indians continue to win the spelling the spelling bee competitions in America. Surely that X factor is there. Thank you so much, Dr. Trehan, for that insight. Let's move on. And now I request Ms. Jyoti Mayal, Chairperson, Tourism and Hospitality Skill Council and President, Travel Agents Association of India. Ma'am, we would like you to share your thoughts with us now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Respected Dr. Mahendra Nath Pandey ji, and Shri Vishwanath Raneji and all other dignitaries sitting on this esteemed panel. I actually wish all of you from the bottom of my heart for doing taking such a wonderful initiative and taking this forward. I think that nothing better is needed in this country than to skill and upskill also. Congratulations once again on signing of the MOU. I, on behalf of THSC and also TIE, which is the oldest nodal body of travel and tourism, would actually congratulate you once again. Goa, as we all know, and Dr. Trihan said it so aptly, and I've been hearing Manish say it also, Goa is a land of amazing contrasts, actually, not only of human endeavor, but also of natural wonders. And I think the wonders of music, the stillness, the beaches, and we have it all. No other place in this world, I believe, lets you discover so many worlds altogether, not only on a professional point of view, but also from my own personal, like Dr. Trihan said, I think Goa is my favorite destination. And unless I travel to Goa a couple of times in a year, I don't think I find peace within myself. Like I always say, it's a space for a few hours, which not only brings out the outside you, but also the inside you. And that's what Goa is all about. This pandemic, yes, is surely going to affect us all. And the entire tourism and travel hospitality industry has been affected. But even to see how we can move forward, how we can create opportunities from this crisis, I think it's very important that we understand what skill development is. And even the demographic of a traveler is really going to change. The new norms certainly are going to come into existence, and who better than Dr. Trehan can say that, what the new norms are going to be. As competition hots up and new attractive destinations in and around Goa are growing, like Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Cambodia, Bali, we need to focus upon building our biggest asset, and I think manpower, through which actually the skilling and the right skilling needs to be inculcated and re-inculcated. For it's the memorable experience that every tourist wants. And that's what he goes back with and takes back home, and especially when he travels in our beautiful country. As per the MOT report, which we had actually got numbers, that foreign tourist visits in 2018 were 9.33 lakhs in Goa. This was a figure given by the ministry. In 2018, we had received 8.01 million tourists, and we had 28 cruise ships with 38,543 passengers which arrived in the state during this period, along with, of course, innumerable air charters, which are a big part of the Goa economy. The human resource and skill requirement study for Goa prepared by PwC and NSDC expresses that Goa faces high skill gap due to the lack of world-class training, infrastructures available in the state, and the initiative of the Goa government this initiative would go a very, very long way. Needless to say that THSC would love to partner with the Goa skills and government to take this forward. And of course, TIE is always wanting to play a very important role in the development of tourism. As I've heard the Honorable Minister Rane speak earlier, that it is difficult today to find authentic Goan cuisine in Goa cooked by a cook from Goa itself. And I've heard him say this. Mostly the cooks are from different states. More COEs such as these will preserve, I think, the cuisine and the pride of Goa back. Goa has a huge potential to become an international hub for skill development. We not only need to skill as per the norms, which are here to stay, but even upskill the existing skills. We need to create an excellence covering not only for the local market, but to be proud to export to other states and countries. And like Dr. Trehan said, we have all the minds, brains, and Atati Deva Bhava in ourselves, and we should be carrying that forward. And we certainly need not only to skill, but create jobs for the locals and for the skilled who have lost jobs in this pandemic times. And I think these times are going to be challenging, and a COE like this would really support us, help us to skill. I also feel that tourism is all about passion. And I think I'm in the travel business because I'm very passionate about it. And we need to nurture this, not only in the children who come to be skilled or the people who come to be skilled, but the people we skill too. The COE will not only be skilling the future industry, but also create the demand of the state and also act as a hub for training for all the trainers and the faculty of members. Could be the cruise liners, could be adventure tourism, and we could be actually skilling for all. THSC has been playing a very important role. We already have 5 training centers in Goa. We have skilled around, in the last 4 years, we have skilled around 1,851 students to be exact. And I'm sure we will take this forward with the support of the government in the center and the state. And I look forward to work more and more closely with all of you and take this forward. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again for this great effort.
Yes, ma'am. As I was listening to you, I was reminded of what the Honorable Prime Minister once said, that we often take pride in going elsewhere, abroad, outside India, on various locations, and then we put those pictures on FB and social media. But do we have any shortage of such beautiful places in our country? Certainly not. The desert, the mountain, the beaches, we have it all. All we need is a bit of patriotism and to patronize our own places, our own people. And Goa is certainly a star location on the horizon. And adding that skill center in that place would be a feather in the cap of the state. Thank you very much, ma'am. We now move on, and we would now like Shri Vishwajit P. Rane. Yes, the Honorable Minister of Health, Industries and Trade, Women and Child Development and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of Goa. Yes, sir, Captain of Leadership is someone we all look up to. So we would like you to address us all and see what you have in your mind regarding this skill development initiative, the center which will be set up in Goa and be a feather in its cap. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. M.N. Pandeyji, our senior leader and Honorable Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, who I really look up to. Our distinguished guests and here on the forum, Shri Manish ji, Dr. Triyan ji, Jyoti ji, Mr. Praveen Kumar, Secretary for Skill Development, Government of India, and our Secretary Skill Development, holding several other portfolios, Garg Saab, Director Skill Development, Mr. Deepak Desai. So I would like to only share a vision, and today is a great day for us also here on the occasion of Janmashtami is of signing this MOU with NSDC. As all of us know, and Dr. Triyan ji and Jyoti ji has just mentioned the way forward, and also in line with the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, and also talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. And many times, we need to put all our effort and mind to what actually the vision of the state government has to be. And our state government vision here in the state of Goa, in sync with the vision of the Government of India, M.N. Pandeyji, the Honorable Prime Minister, is to ensure that we create a robust ecosystem in view of the pandemic that is there today. It has made us and every state government to rethink and to relook at priorities and the areas that we need to focus on. Things have changed, thinking has changed. Where we need to focus. Today we have seen that the amount of attention that is given to the healthcare sector is way beyond which was ever given in the past, and the various deficiencies and the various type of courses and various type of people that we need in the system has come in front of us, as a result of which the state government of Goa is trying to create a robust ecosystem, bringing all the players together, stakeholders, training partners and the trainees. And basically the whole idea is to create a sort of a vision and move forward with that vision in a very strong way, and trying to understand where are the areas the state government needs to focus on. All of us know healthcare is playing a very important role in today's time. COVID-19 has changed our thinking process and pattern. And as a result of the shortage of various type of technical staff in the healthcare sector, like the paramedical technicians, you have the dialysis, radiographic technicians, ECG technicians, though we have colleges of allied sciences here in the state of Goa, we still find there's a tremendous shortage in order to fight the pandemic in the state of Goa. Dr. Triyan sir, I would like to draw your attention that as far as Goa is concerned, with the help of the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we are in the process now of inaugurating in another month or two, which will be handed over, the largest hospital under the Prime Minister's Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, which is a 500-bedded hospital with the state-of-art facilities, where we have spent something like close to around 450 crores, which will be a e-hospital. And these are the type of hospitals that we have put up. We have got 4 hospitals which are in the pipeline to be commissioned, and which are state-of-art hospitals. So looking at this and talking about on several other areas, we have also partnered with public-private partnership to take various initiatives forward. And as a result of which, we thought when we are talking about skill development, then Jyoti ji did mention, yes, on several occasions I mentioned, is that it's very difficult. It's easy to get a northeastern person here to cook for you Goan food, or you have somebody from Orissa, or you have somebody from other states coming into the state of Goa and helping us. But finding a traditional or looking after these traditional areas of finding people to do things that are traditionally, which used to be done earlier, is very difficult and is becoming more and more difficult. Jyoti ji, I would like to draw your attention, and M.N. Pandey is also a witness, is that for the support that he has been giving us. And today, as far as Goa is concerned, we are in the process of tying up with EHL Switzerland, which is one of the top hospitality institutes. And also CII is helping us bring this relation and take this relationship forward. And as a result of which, we thought that we should use the PPP model and the way and the thinking of the Honorable Prime Minister Pandey ji and the Skill Development Ministry, Government of India, in order to achieve these objectives, so that we are able to not only create a workforce and a workforce that is only employable in Goa. Why should we look at somebody who has to be employed only in Goa? Instead, he should be globally employable. And as a result of which, in today's time, in today's pandemic, we talk about job losses, we talk about jobs being lost on a regular basis, but same time, that gives you an opportunity to create, we can replace and upskill them and place them in positions that are going to be available. And as a result of which, as you mentioned, that there's a skill gap analysis. As we discussed, we are already in the process of finalizing an agency to help us do the skill gap analysis and help us see. And Goa must be the only state where we have taken CII on board to help us drive industry and policy to take it forward. So basically, I thought, just by being the industries skilling minister, but I happen to be the industries minister also, and being the industries minister, I very rarely will find somebody actually involving CII to basically drive the policy making and monitor implementation of policy in a very transparent fashion, madam. So as far as industry is concerned, we are now trying to focus our narrative on Industry 4.0, where we are talking about the entrepreneurship policy, which we are trying to bring in the next cabinet, which is also which is in line with the Niti Aayog's artificial AI policy, and also trying to see that at least 100 deep tech startups we are able to host in the state of Goa. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, IT-enabled services, and IT areas that we are looking at. And also, I would like to say that we are trying our best to bring in various training partners on board, which is very much required in various sectors. Actually, we are also in the process of tying up with Siemens, also basically they are going to guide us on how we can run the various skilling centers that we have in the state of Goa. And this is the way we want to partner and move ahead as far as industry is concerned, getting partners on board is concerned. Tourism is a very big industry. As you know, that Goa, we need to innovate, and we need to constantly innovate, because mining used to be a very major revenue earner for the state of Goa. So as far as today we are concerned, we are now looking aggressively towards the healthcare startups, creating an ecosystem, different types of skilling and upskilling, which is very much important, because you cannot just skill them and say that whatever skilling they took. So we have already gone online, trying to see what I put, accessibility of information to the students, counsel them, trying to see what their aptitude is, and then select the best and try to see how best we can, engage them for further upskilling and move forward. So the department is doing these type of activities. The whole nucleus of our department and government of Goa, which has been working very closely with Manish Kumar ji and NSDC, seamlessly here, is to create the nucleus of the initiative, the youth of the state of Goa. As I mentioned, as you are aware, that a lot of seafarers, a lot of people who have lost their jobs also have come back into the state of Goa. How do we look at this? How do we look at training them? How do we looking at retraining them and upskilling them and then placing them once again? Is something which is a challenge for all of us. I would like to thank Mahendranath Pandey ji, for having supported us and supporting the government of Goa on several occasions. We are very keen at this stage to tie up we are very happy that this MOU has come through with NSDC. Setting up of an international institute of skilling is also one top priority for the state government. And also, I would like to appeal on this forum, on this auspicious occasion, to Pandey ji, is to consider Goa as far as the Indian Institute of Skills is concerned. If Goa could be also considered and some priority could be given to us, I think, a lot of people always talk when we speak. I say that, when we find high-level skilled people, people always look at Punjab, people always look at Kerala, but I think a lot of Goans are now placed abroad, and many times even in the healthcare sector, when you look at Dr. Triyanji will agree with me that you have a lot of nurses and a lot of other technical staff as far as Goans are concerned, because they're very well versed with English. And as a result of which, you find in the UAE or you go to the UK, you find all of them being placed there. So as a result, this MOU is also going to help us see that we are able to streamline activities, monitor the roles and job roles, define what is actually required based on the skill gap analysis that is being done. And what I would like to also request is, since Pandeyji is always been supportive, is also Manish Kumarji also mentioned about the TITP project in Japan. So Goa is also very keen, working on those lines and moving forward. I would like to also request Jyotiji that if you have any suggestions and any way forward when as we are signing this MOU, and Manish Kumarji has always been very supportive. We have a government here in Goa is very open to ideas and want to do something totally different. Today we have a pandemic situation. As we speak, we have got a spike in Goa also where things are rising, but we are trying our best to see that we keep things under control. I believe in the theory of never giving up, trying to see that whatever best can be done for the people of the state of Goa, we need to do. And many times we see is that the political leadership also should come in the forefront when there's a crisis and handle it head on as far as the situation and solution, because public also feels very satisfied when they see the political leadership playing a very front role along with the bureaucracy, and this is the way forward. Dr. Triyanji, I have met on several occasions here in Goa socially, and I don't know if Dr. Triyanji remembers me, but we have met on several occasions, and a person who's with such high experience and knowledge in the area of health sector, and I think your input, sir, to us will help us drive this policy, because today what type of course, what type of job roles we can create for these youth, because ultimately today unemployment is a large issue. How do we address this unemployment issue is to pick up the right job roles, pick up the job roles that only don't restrict themselves because we are putting 4 hospitals in the state of Goa, but job roles that can make them employable in neighboring countries such as UAE and the UK. Jyotiji, also I would like to share with you that when this pandemic happened and the tourism industry is taking a backlash at the moment here in Goa, then you really rethink as to what are the areas you should have concentrated actually in the past. And that's where we need to see, and we need to redefine tourism in a different way, even in the states of Goa. As you mentioned, that Goa has to really pick up and do things in a very different way, because when you talk about areas like specific locations like Thailand, you talk about neighboring areas like Sri Lanka, there are several reasons why people get attracted to these destinations. And also we need to upskill our people that we have in the state of Goa. Even as you come to Goa, you must have seen in Goa, you find people from other places working in Goa in the restaurants or to serve. And we need to actually make people proud of what they're doing. We need to redesignate what they actually want to do. We need to redefine what actually the roles are, create different types of job roles and make it very interesting for them, and so that they with dignity, they feel that this is a job they should be proud of doing. And also and when we say tourism in India, we need to have people having a smile on their face in this sector and serve the people when they come to the state of Goa. Pandeyji, I would like to thank you, sir, for always being supportive and being a great leader to me at least, and to our department here in the state of Goa, because there is nothing that he has never said no, or it happens only on a mere correspondence. And also Manish Kumarji was been actively in connection or contact with me, but today I have our nodal officer Deep and my main person also Purti Katpalia, who was also going to be here, but she is not here, who has actually put this whole thing together for us. And I would like to thank our director and our secretary, who are really very cooperative and taking things forward. Manishji, I thank you once again a lot for helping us take this forward in the presence of Pandeyji. And what could be much more memorable than having on 2 sectors that we are going to talk about. Those sectors which we spoke about, is health sector, where we have somebody who I respect and I always see regularly on television, Dr. Triyan sir and Jyotiji from the Travel and Tourism Association of India. I think your guidance to us, and Goa being a small state, and also to several other states, like we have Kerala neighboring us. Your guidance and inputs, I think, will really help us to make strides and move forward. And I would like to once again use this platform to once again make an appeal to Pandeyji to consider Goa, to make it give us another institute of skilling, Indian Institute of Skilling. We'll be really very grateful. We are ready to provide all the land, all the infrastructure that is required in order to take it forward, and this will be really beneficial to the state of Goa. And Manish Kumar ji has always been so supportive, and we would like his support in the similar way to take things forward. I am very happy on this occasion we signed this MOU, and we will make you proud, Pandey ji, and we will not let you down as a state in terms of every activity that you take forward. Thank you so much to everyone on the forum, and Pandey ji, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much, sir. That was Shri Vishwajit P. Rane ji, the Honorable Minister, Government of Goa. And I think it was such a delight to listen to you, sir, the kind of insight you have into the Goa situation, the fact that you want to make it an international hub, the fact that you say that everybody should work there in the tourism industry with a smile on their face. And that's what I keep saying, that aptitude along with skill, or skill according to the aptitude, is a great thing to do. And the fact that you are under PPP mode, especially Switzerland, that would be really a proud moment for all the Goans, especially the Goa youth. I could go on and on, but certainly the fact that you've converted an adversity into opportunity is a very smart thing to do. Thank you very much, sir. And we now move on to... Yes, Dr. Mahendranath Pandey ji, the Honorable Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. हमें हर्ष है कि भारत सरकार के कौशल विकास और उद्यमिता के माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर महेंद्रनाथ पांडे जी हमारे समक्ष हैं। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर, एक बार फिर से दिल की गहराइयों से। सर, हम सब जानते हैं कि किस तरह आप माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का सपना साकार करने के लिए दिन रात संलग्न है, और किस तरह आपके नेतृत्व में कौशल शब्द को ही इतनी ऊर्जा मिली है। कैसे आपका मंत्रालय कई ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ मिलकर हमारे बहुसंख्यक युवाओं को प्रशिक्षण दे रहा है, बल्कि मैं कहूंगी कि स्किल मैपिंग हो रहा है, जो कि आसान काम नहीं है। कैसे आपने ऐप निकाला है और क्या कुछ आप नहीं कर रहे, कई स्टेट्स को आपने एक दिशा दी है और देश को एक नई ऊंचाइयों तक आप ले जा रहे हैं। मैं फिर से कहना चाहूंगी सर कि भारतीय युवा हमेशा आपके ऋणी रहेंगे, क्योंकि कुछ समय बाद जब हमारे भारतीय युवा को वो रोजगार मिलेगा जिसके कौशल आपके सौजन्य से उनको प्रदान किया गया है, तो आपको बहुत बहुत दुआएं मिलेंगी उनकी। और मैं क्या कहूँ, बस आपसे निवेदन करती हूँ, नम्र निवेदन करती हूँ कि आप अपने विचार हमारे समक्ष रखें। सर,
आज गोवा और NSDC के बीच राष्ट्रीय स्तर के संस्थान की योजना के साथ एमयूज के मौके पर पहले गोवा के वरिष्ठ नेता, स्किल डेवलपमेंट मिनिस्टर, हेल्थ और तमाम कई डिपार्टमेंट के अन्य मंत्री आदरणीय श्री विश्वजीत राणे जी और यहाँ पर उपस्थित भारत सरकार के स्किल डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के सेक्रेटरी श्री प्रवीण कुमार जी, गोवा के स्किल डेवलपमेंट मंत्रालय के सेक्रेटरी CR गर्ग जी, हमारे NSDC के CEO मनीष कुमार जी, निदेशक स्किल डेवलपमेंट गोवा निदेशालय श्री दीपक देसाई जी, और अपने बीच हिस्सा क्षेत्र के बहुत ही प्रतिष्ठित वेदांता के भी चेयरपर्सन और हेल्थ केयर स्किल सेक्टर काउंसिल है के चेयरपर्सन लब्ध प्रतिष्ठित चिकित्सक डॉक्टर नरेश त्रेहन जी, अपने बीच चेयरपर्सन टूरिज्म एंड हॉस्पिटलिटी सेक्टर ज्योति मायाल जी, और गोवा और भारत सरकार से जुड़े सभी हमारे सहयोगी। आज सभी के प्रति और बड़ा अच्छा संचालन कर रहे हैं लालिमा जी, सभी जी के प्रति मेरी बहुत शुभकामना है, और खास करके आज कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी का पर्व है, तो जन्माष्टमी की भी सबको शुभकामनाएं, बधाई। मैं आगे बढ़ने से पहले गोवा टूरिज्म का एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय केंद्र है और भारत का तो बहुत बड़ा टूरिस्ट सेंटर है ही, दुनिया का भी टूरिस्ट सेंटर, और आज जन्माष्टमी के पर्व पर मुझे कहने में प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि भारत के मुनि और लोगों ने अनेक ऐसे जो तय किए थे इसे, तो कई पर्व ऐसे हैं जो 2-2 दिन होते हैं। ये जन्माष्टमी जो है एक दिन गृहस्थों की होती है, एक दिन सन्यासियों की होती है, वैष्णव होता, और रामनवमी का भी ऐसा है। तो भारत तीर्थाटन पर्यटन का शुरू से भारत अपने सृष्टि काल से इस रूप में विख्यात है। तो आज तो जो मेरी जानकारी के मुताबिक आज गृहस्थों की जन्माष्टमी है, कल वैष्णव मतावलंबियों और सन्यासियों की। तो जहां गृहस्थ हमेशा पर्यटन के संग तीर्थाटन करते हैं, वहीं सन्यासीगण और स्पिरिचुअल लोग अपना तीर्थ के संग करते। आप लोग सोचेंगे इसकी क्या चर्चा मैंने शुरू कर दी। गोवा जहां टूरिज्म का इंटरनेशनल डिस्टिंक्शन है, स्पिरिचुअल टूरिज्म का भी उसका बड़ा केंद्र है। ये कहने में मुझे कुछ संकोच नहीं है, क्योंकि वहाँ जहाँ 400 वर्ष पुरानी ओल्ड चर्च और मंगेशी मंदिर और शांता दुर्गा, ये भी स्पिरिचुअल टूरिज्म के भी सेक्टर हैं। तो आज के जन्माष्टमी के मौके पर बहुत अच्छा एनएसडीसी और गोवा सरकार ने और राणे जी ने विशेष रूप से आज का मौका चुना। मैंने भी आज के दिन को ज्यादा उचित समझा। मेरी शुभकामनाएं जो ये हुआ है इसके लिए मैं राणे जी मैं आपको विशेष बधाई दूंगा कि आपने कोविड की परवाह न करते हुए भी जब मुझे आप मिले थे, आप साथ हैं, एक साथ काम करने वाले टीम की तरह से हैं, तो मैंने आपको पूरे सहयोग की बात की और आपने इस अवस्था में इसके लिए भूमि भवन सबकी व्यवस्था की। इसके लिए मैं आपको बधाई देता हूं, आपके अप्रोच को अभिनंदन करता हूं और आपके अधिकारियों को भी मेरी तरफ से बहुत साधुवाद है। और विशेष रूप से प्रवीण जी को और एनएसडीसी की टीम के लीडर्स मनीष जी को भी, इन लोगों ने एक अच्छी पहल की है। और निश्चित तौर से जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्किल गैप है तो पाटने में, उसको कम करने में ये जो गोवा जहाँ की स्किल की अनंत संभावनाएं हैं, ये अच्छा कार्य होगा ऐसी मेरी अपेक्षा है। जहाँ गोवा एक तटीय राज्य है और जहाँ टूरिज्म हॉस्पिटलिटी की दोनों की बड़ी संभावना है, अभी जिसकी चर्चा आप लोगों ने भी की और अभी बातचीत के संकेत में आया, अभी असीम एक पोर्टल जो हम लोगों ने लॉन्च किया डिपार्टमेंट के सहयोग से, एनएसडीसी ने जो लॉन्च किया, उसकी जो अभी रिपोर्ट आई है, अभी बिल्कुल मिला के जमा पूंजी आज 1 महीना 1 दिन हुआ उसके लॉन्च हुई, और इसमें जो रिपोर्ट आई है उसमें सबसे ज्यादा रोजगार की संभावनाएं लॉजिस्टिक, उसके बाद टूरिज्म पर आई। और इसमें गोवा सरकार और एनएसडीसी को मिलकर के ये जो हेल्थ टूरिज्म की बात आई है, कई राज्यों ने इसमें, हिमाचल और कई अन्य राज्यों ने, जो उत्तराखंड ने अपनी चर्चाएं प्रस्तुत की, लेकिन गोवा ने इसको शुरू कर दिया, पहल कर दिया। इसलिए गोवा की गवर्नमेंट का और उनके मंत्री राणे जी का विशेष अभिनंदन है। आज के इस मौके पर हम आप सबके बीच शेयर करना चाहेंगे, ये जो हम जो इंस्टीट्यूट डेवलप कर रहे हैं, ये इसमें कौशल विकास की अनंत संभावनाएं हैं और रोजगार की भी संभावनाएं, और अधिक से अधिक युवाओं को रोजगार तक ये लक्ष्य पहुंचाना, ये हमारी कोशिश है। निश्चित तौर से गोवा में और टूरिज्म हॉस्पिटलिटी की अपने एक कल्चर है, और गोवा जहां अपने रहन सहन के लिए विख्यात है, अपने टूरिज्म के लिए विख्यात है, उसमें आज यहाँ नरेश त्रेहन जी की उपस्थिति, ज्योति मायल जी की उपस्थिति, दोनों उनकी सेक्टर काउंसिलों का योगदान अपने आप में संभावनाओं को और बढ़ाएगा। और ये जो कोविड के चलते एक नए प्रकार की चर्चा जनरेट हुई है, क्योंकि आज सबसे बड़ा झटका इस कोविड का टूरिज्म सेक्टर को ही लगा है और टूरिज्म सेक्टर को नए शेप में आगे हॉस्पिटलिटी और हेल्थ केयर के क्षेत्र में लेकर के आगे बढ़ने के लिए ये जो तकनीकी इंटर्न ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम के साथ या अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कौशल विकास संस्थान निश्चित तौर से इंडिया के इंटरनेशनल स्किल सेंटर्स के कार्यक्रम कराकर ये जो ट्रेंड करेंगे वो भारत के साथ साथ अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर भी हमारे भारत के युवाओं को प्लेसमेंट के लिए अच्छा अवसर उपलब्ध कराए। और आप समझ रहे हैं आज माननीय मोदी जी निरंतर हर क्षेत्र में आत्मनिर्भर भारत के आधार पर देश की जरूरतों के लिए भारतीयों को पूरी तरह सक्षम बनाने के पहल अनेक प्रकार के पैकेज के साथ, अनेक प्रकार के प्लानिंग के साथ दिन रात इस कोविड की परिस्थिति में अपने उस वाक्य के साथ कि जान भी जहान भी, लोगों के जीवन की भी रक्षा करना है और अपना और दुनिया के जहान को भी संवर्धन देना है। उस दिशा में मोदी जी के सपनों के अनुसार जहां भारत के अंदर आंतरिक आत्मनिर्भरता के साथ साथ दुनिया में स्किलिंग के फील्ड में भी हम आत्मनिर्भर हों और दुनिया की जरूरतों के हिसाब से आगे बढ़े। मोदी जी का सपना सदैव रहता है कि भारत को वर्ल्ड की स्किल फोर्स बनाना है और दुनिया के अंदर भारतीय युवा सबसे बड़े कार्यबल के रूप में लोगों के बीच अपनी हुनर के साथ पहुंचे। उस दिशा में भी ये एक बड़ी अच्छी पहल है। मैं आज के इस मौके पर मैं आप सबसे प्रवीण जी की उस बात को और रानी जी ने जो अपेक्षाएं रखी दोनों को जोड़ते हुए कि इसको जल्द से जल्द शुरू करके ये MOU इतना जल्द आकार ले का काम इस कोविड की परिस्थिति में भी सामाजिक सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग का पालन करते हुए और सारे जो गृह मंत्रालय के मानक है उसका पालन करते हुए ऐसे जल्द से जल्द शुरू हो, क्योंकि जिससे कि युवाओं को एक नया आकर्षण और ये चीज अपने आप में बेहतर अवसर उपलब्ध कराए। इसके साथ साथ हमारा ये गोवा का ये स्किल डेवलपमेंट डायरेक्टरेट और हमारे NSDC के लोग जो मिल करके इस काम को जो आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, इसको अपनी तरफ से बहुत ही बल देते हुए मैं विशेष करके अभी रानी जी मुझसे मिले तभी आज भी उन्होंने उस चर्चा को बल दिया कि हमें भी IIS इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ स्किल की तरह से चीजों को, मैं तो पुनः एक बार आपको धन्यवाद दूंगा कि आपने भूमि भवन भी उपलब्ध कराए हैं। आप इस कदम में कोविड की पीरियड में आगे बढ़े हैं। आपकी इस अप्रोच का मैं बहुत सम्मान करते हुए आप इस दिशा में जो अपेक्षाएं हैं, आप जानते हैं कि हमने जो 2 IAS शुरू किए हैं PPP मोड में ही शुरू किए हैं टाटा एजुकेशनल डेवलपमेंट ट्रस्ट के सहयोग से, और दोनों के काम शिलान्यासित होने के बाद काम प्रगति पर है। उसमें गुजरात सरकार ने भी अपनी भूमिका योगदान, गांधीनगर में बहुत बड़ी भूमिका योगदान किया है। आप आगे बढ़ेंगे तो PPP मोड में हम आप मिलकर भविष्य में चर्चा करेंगे। और गोवा एक ऐसा केंद्र है कि हिंदुस्तान के बहुत लोग उसमें जुड़ना चाहेंगे, तो उस पर हम लोग आगे चर्चा करके कदम उठाने पर विचार करेंगे। अभी फिलहाल मैं यही आग्रह करूंगा कि ये जो आज MOU हुआ है गोवा सरकार के स्किल डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के बीच और हमारी जो एक बहुत ही सक्षम कार्यदायी जो वर्किंग ग्रुप हमारा स्किल डेवलपमेंट का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन NSDC है, हाल में कई अच्छी पहलें की हैं। असीम को लॉन्च किया और कई अच्छी पहलें किया हैं। उसमें से एक ये बड़ी कारगर जो पहल है, ये मिल करके फिलहाल तत्काल प्रभाव से इसे ही एक सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस के रूप में इसको डेवलप करने पर देश के पैमाने पर, दुनिया के पैमाने पर जो गोवा का आकर्षण है, गोवा के अंदर जो संभावनाएं हैं और दोनों प्रकार की संभावनाएं हॉस्पिटलिटी की भी है और हेल्थ के केयर के भी, उसके एटमॉस्फेयर, उसका पर्यावरण, इन सब का खूबसूरत सुंदर समुद्री तट और खूबसूरत वादियां, खूबसूरत जो वहाँ का वायुमंडल है। और इस परिस्थिति में बड़ा प्रभाव गोवा में पड़ा, लेकिन जहां तक मुझे जानकारी है गोवा सरकार ने कोविड परिस्थितियों का शुरू से ही बड़ी सजगता से सामना किया है। इससे गोवा जैसा राज्य काफी इसमें इसका सामना करने में बहुत